know if we're live or not. YouTube just like, you're not doing well over there, Brian. We don't know if you can even stream. Let me do a speed test. We might be live. We might not be live. Let's find out. Let's check a speed test. Oh yeah. Oh, my internet just shit to bed. Good. Downloading it 4 megabits per second. Uploading it 3. Nope. 5. Come on. This is bad.
That reminds me, we should talk a little bit about the next game for who was it? You guys watched a a recent episode, and every time you mentioned the studio's name, you crashed. And it seems like we might be having another one of those episodes.
Yeah, I don't want to mention it, but it was
maybe it'll get us out of the maybe it'll save us today. Maybe the binary mill will save us.
That was so funny, man.
Oh yeah, I was having
that was unreal.
Yeah. I'm gonna hold out here for a second, you guys. The chat saying we're live. I guess they can hear us. But my internet is absolute garbage right now, so I don't have faith that we're gonna be able to stream video very well.
It says we're live.
We
hear us, GameCast?
They can hear us. That's what I just said.
Cool. Well, I just wanted to say
this is going to be one hell of a show, Miles. If you ignored the first thing I said. Go ahead, by all means.
Christopher Nolan's got a new movie out. Yeah. There's only 3 IMAX 70mm, whatever they are, in the UK, and the one in London, it's fully sold out until like the 18th of August. So I'm just trying to work out if I Odyssey it or not.
Oh.
What about you guys?
Yeah.
What do you think, Brian?
I think we should just end the stream right now. That's what we should do. All right, this isn't going to get any better, is it? I'm just going to have to wait it out. So,
What? Wait the episode out?
Wait out the. Yeah, I don't know what to do, to be honest.
The only thing you can do is shut it down and unplug it and plug it back in. If we're not going to do that, then we just got to run with it.
Yeah, it just seems like it's a because I have internet connection, right? So it's not. Oh, you've got to be kidding me! Hey, you guys, talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna get under the desk and try to fix something. If you hear swearing, you'll know
Wes.
why.
Wes, I was telling Brian before the show that this is the first time you and I have had an actual conversation together in like 4 weeks, despite working together.
Yeah, that's true. I was just thinking that like already at this point in the episode, we've spoken to each other more than we've spoken to each other at work for at least the last week combined.
Yeah, easily. It's been wild. But yeah, lots of love for us in the chat. It's good to be back. It's been quite a few weeks since doing this. But I actually like the fact we're doing this sort of 3 Musketeer approach now. I think this is pretty cool.
Great. It's good. This should be fun. It's good. It'll be nice talking to you about something other than work. Although something tells me that a product or 2 of ours might come up over the course of conversation.
Nah, I don't believe it. No, actually, you're right. The chances of us bringing up something we're working on is now increased. We're like a multiplier effect between us. But yeah.
We could do full-blown infomercials here now, right?
Gyson in the chat says the IMAX 70mm near is sold out too, mostly front row seats. Yeah, when I start finding the screenings that are actually open, there's like 2 seats in the far back corners, and I'm like, I'm not risking that. The thing is, I don't mind waiting as long as I book tickets. It's just that I'm trying to convince my parents to let me take them into London to go and see it, and they want to see it like now. But a lot of Christopher Nolan movies, I've always said, I'm going to wait and see it on the big screen, whether it was Dunkirk or Oppenheimer, and I end up not seeing it, and then it's out of... Because when it comes to movies, they never say when they're going to stop screening it, do they? I don't know if there's an actual rule. It's just like...
They run it until tickets cool down. As long as people are buying tickets, they run it.
Yeah.
I've never been to an IMAX theater.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So
we've got one probably about a 90-minute drive from here, and I've been to the like mall that it resides in a few times, but it never stopped long enough to take in the movie. I'm sure it's a interesting experience. Yeah.
It is, man. I've actually only seen one movie on it, and look, at the time I didn't really appreciate it. So I went to the IMAX when I was in Los Angeles to see The Dark Knight when it came out. They had a Batmobile out the front of it. I just happened to be there when it was, and not all the movie was shot on IMAX, but like a lot of the action scenes were. And so there's a bit at the beginning of The Dark Knight where it's the bank scene, the bank robber scene. And there's a pan shot where the camera goes off the edge of the building because there's like a zip line they set up. And I remember that as you go over the edge of the building, like this is before I really got into VR as well. So like wouldn't feel the effects now because VR makes you feel this.
Right,
but like
right.
the fact that as it goes over the edge of the building and the screen is literally below you as well, you feel like you're going over the edge of the building, and it was just absolutely incredible. But, and this actually also relates to VR as well. The second time I went to the IMAX was 2-3 Christmases ago for the Game Awards. They had a special screening, live screening in London at the IMAX. And a good friend of mine got 2 tickets. So we were there from midnight till 4 a.m. Oh my goodness, I was so tired afterwards. And it was amazing watching like even the commercials beforehand of like the new Dead Space remake on the big screen.
Yeah.
It was wild. But
Yeah, I gotta imagine that was a lot of fun, right? Like, wow.
it was good. But Wes, the year after, I'd got my Meta Quest because I started working at Impact Reality, and then big screen I started using. And with Jammy Hero and a few game cats who joined, I just did the Game Awards live stream in big screen. And it was like, actually this the IMAX is amazing, but like I'm doing this from the comfort of my own home. And once I take the headset off, I can go straight to bed. I'm not having to think how I'm going to get home from London. And I have all the snacks I want. So yeah, that was quite a cool comparison. It was a cool one-off thing though. But this movie is the first one ever filmed entirely for IMAX. So
big screen. I don't know if big screen's still doing it or not, but for a while there, they had like an actual movie theater that you and your friends could go watch movies. There was a schedule, and there were movies. They weren't like the newest releases, but like stuff that just hit VOD at home or maybe just had a disc release. They would run in there and sell tickets to it. And I mean, there were free ones, there were ticketed ones. There were a number of them were 3D even.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, I wonder if they still do that. Like I thought, and I still think that big screen as a premise is a can't miss idea. It's just kind of ahead of its time with regard to the technology and the platform.
Hey, thanks for keeping the conversation running, you guys. I'm all hot and sweaty from crawling around under my desk, but I think I fixed it.
I loved watching it. It was great.
Oh yeah. It's good stuff. All right, so with that, I'm going to cross my fingers and start the show if you guys are ready.
Let's do it.
I'll cross my fingers and my toes as well.
Great. I'm going to cross my 2 remaining hairs. Here we go. This is PSVR GamesCast Live. We film live every Friday. That's way less exciting to say.
That's so weird.
So less exciting. 6 p.m. Eastern. I don't know. There's things to say. My name's Brian Paul from this channel right here with that Parole. And this guy over here in the middle, I guess, is Wes. And then over on the far right is Myles. Links to their channels down in the description below. Wow. This is weird, guys. It's so weird only doing this once a week. Every Monday and Wednesday, I feel like there's something very important in my life that's missing. So anyway, welcome to the second episode of season 2. What's up?
It's called structure, Brian. That's what's missing from your life now, structure. I saw your most recent live stream, which was Brian Paul streams something or something to that effect, right?
Yeah.
It sounded to me like you didn't even know what you were going to do when you went live. Am I right?
Sounds pretty accurate. That's exactly
Those
how
are the
it
best
went.
ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's cool though. You can just dip in and out of games. Whereas if you have a stream set up with a title, it's like, oh, this is all we're playing. You know, this is what I've sold. Whereas now it's like, no, you know what? We're just gonna dip and dive and see whatever. I tuned into a little bit of it, and it's very cool to see you doing it, dude.
I'll tell you that I feel like structure is something that's been a real problem with me for the last 10 years on the channel. Whereas it's like, oh, okay, well, we do GAMESCAST every, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. And then I try to get PSVR this week, out as soon as I can, Friday night or Saturday morning. It always felt like everything I wanted to do needed some kind of template, right? So I couldn't even I felt like I couldn't just make a video talking about the thing that I wanted to talk about without it being like, oh, an op-ed. And now we created an intro and the music for the op-ed. And I feel like so structure was really good for me, but it was also felt like it was really holding me back from doing all the stuff that I really wanted to do. And so that's why I'm like, kind of burning it down a little bit and starting from scratch, just so that I can kind of build it back up and a little bit more of a free form structure. So I'm excited about it. I know a lot of people the people who are here are obviously excited about it. A lot of people are not excited about it. That's totally fine. I don't judge you for being like, the thing I love is different now. I get it. Like, I don't like change either. It makes sense. But yeah, expect a lot more Brian Paul stream stuff in the future. There's going to be a lot of that.
That's
but
great.
Enough about me. I have not talked to you guys in a very long time. I feel like it's been 2 weeks. And because AJ and I did this together last Friday, and that's kind of been it. So let's go right down the line. Wes, what have you been up to, man?
Here we go.
Never mind.
And
after Wes speaks, I'm just going to say ditto.
Yeah. I've been working. I've been working a lot. I haven't really been playing VR outside of the context of work. Besides that, I've had some doctor's appointments, and it's still really hot.
The results of said doctor's appointments, I'm hoping, have been good.
I mean, it's good to take another step further. I mean, I've got my diagnosis now, which is I'm going to need 2 surgeries because, as I suspected, the left hip, which had not yet been diagnosed, it's got the exact same thing wrong with it as the right hip, only it's worse. So I'm going to go get my left hip replaced, and then I'm going to wait about 6 weeks to 8 weeks and get my right hip replaced. Whoa. And then we'll be good as gold.
Hopefully. Right. Does this also solve the knee problem? I know there was a knee problem.
They're telling me that's going to be the case. I'm skeptical because like they crack and pop the same way my hips do, which means they're unstable, which tells me something's not right. But they say that it's all just a side effect from being connected to the hip in multiple ways. So we'll see.
Well, good luck, man. Keep us posted. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Is a part of the rehabilitation they're going to prescribe you with like 3 hours a day of the OmniTread? What's the VR device?
I don't know, but I might go to playing. I've played seated in VR since day one. Literally, I've always been a seated VR guy. I might switch to like playing room scale and shit whenever I get fully healed, just because I can now.
Yeah. Oh man, much love.
Myles, what have you been up to, man?
Work as well. Yeah.
Just stop. Just stop. Both of you, just stop. Okay. Just like spill the beans. Whatever you want to, like, just get it off your chest. I feel like the rest of the next 2 hours are going to be like, well, we can't talk about this. Well, we can't talk about that.
I mean,
let's just talk about it.
I'm happy to give a tease just because Jamie Feltham did tweet it this week. So we've been in talk with Jamie because there will be at some point a new VR game showcase. And even though I think the last one was like 4 weeks ago, and now we're thinking about the next one because that's what you do. Mm-hmm. We've got. I mean, I'm not even going to sugarcoat this. We've literally got planned the by far the biggest set of announcements we've ever done. This is going to like knock things completely out the fucking park. I think it's going to be the biggest VR game showcase to date, and I'm super excited, but I'm also nervous because we've got a lot to turn around, to make it happen. But that's what we're working hard on at the moment, and it's just because at a time when the gaming industry feels very bruised and battered, and as a knock-on effect, so does the VR industry. We just feel like this is the moment where we need to tell people a little more about what we've been working on behind the scenes and stuff. So, yeah. But first, we've got a few hurdles to get through. As I speak right now, the developers working on the RoboQuest VR co-op and MetaQuest launch for next week, they're working round the clock because, surprise, surprise, it doesn't matter how much time you have or what it is, you're going to be working till the final hour. And I don't understand half the stuff the devs are talking about in their Slack channels, but they are just absolutely brilliant. And I would just say, I'm really excited for co-op. I'm excited to jump back and play it. But for anyone who is on social media and connected to the RoboQuest VR accounts, just send the devs a bit of love. We'll pass it on to them. I know they'd really appreciate it. But that's the next thing that we're getting to. But something nice over the horizon to look forward to as well. Wes, anything you want to add to that?
No, it's like we've been setting up several dominoes over the last 9 months or so, or I guess maybe even up to a year. It was around a year ago that we just kind of made the decision that we have to quit announcing things until we launch some things. And we launched some things. We've launched a lot of stuff since last summer. And we're running out of things to launch now, so it's time for us to start talking. And we've been working. We've been at work. Eric's been at work signing new IPs and new titles. We've got new initiatives, all sorts of cool stuff that we're getting ready to reveal. And VR Game Showcase is going to be a big one. Next week's a big launch for us. And then, even beyond that, like we're already talking about stuff like Gamescom, and so it's an exciting time. It's just very busy because, as Myles alluded to, this stuff doesn't just happen. It takes a concerted effort from a lot of people.
And don't forget the upcoming Without Parole PSVR2 showcase, which God only knows will actually happen or not. I just like pretending like it's going to happen. Maybe I can will it into existence.
Do it.
Question for you guys from Fifth with the Australian $5 says, if Flat to VR had a game ready, would you release it now due to no competition or save it because summer sucks?
An interesting question. I would say in years past we would have held it. I know that to be fact because I know that there were certain games that launched later than I would have liked, just because of the fear around VR in the summertime. But I think the mood of our team has changed somewhat to that effect, Myles. I would say. I think I would like to think that. In fact, I know they're not sitting on anything right now. Like if they had something ready to go, it would be on the store for sure. But I think a lot of the conventions we used to run by, like the summer scarcity and certain pricing conventions and things, I feel like leadership's starting to kind of open their mind a little bit to trying out some things and maybe breaking convention. Maybe it's all in my head, but that's the way I feel.
Yeah, I would say that's right. We work at such an efficient level in terms of development and that, and like dev teams are moving across projects all the time to support each other, that like as soon as something's ready, it's out there. And usually it's the other way around, as you saw. Like we had delay on RoboQuest VR because we just needed more time on it. And that's usually the way it's going to go. So, if we had something to release right now, the only caveat I'd make is like if we actually had something right now, we would probably wait for a showcase to drop it, just so it gets a bit more attention and stuff. I do like the shadow drop stuff. We're not going to be always able to do things every time. I would say that, we're definitely not holding on to stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely used
all
to be
we're holding on to is announcements.
Yeah.
We got plenty of those in our back pocket.
It definitely seems like it used to be, you know, I guess when we were younger and we got games for our birthday and Christmas, and that was kind of it. The holiday season mattered a lot more. And now it's like, well, now we all have disposable income and we can buy games all year long, and we do, right? Big time. That said, I do think there's a case to say don't try to sell a VR game in the middle of summer, because, I mean, guys, if I wasn't doing other stuff other than PSVR2 right now, like I wouldn't be doing anything, because putting the headset on in the middle of a crazy heat wave in summer just is, even with the AC pumping, it's just not appealing to me. I've actually I'm reviewing a PSVR2 game right now, and I got to wait until like 9 o'clock at night just for the temperature to go down enough degrees for me to be able to play it for, you know, an hour here, an hour there. So maybe not the best time to release a VR game.
Well, it's not only that it's not many people are playing VR right now, but the sales in the summertime are, in many cases the best of the year. So you're not only going into a diminished marketplace, you're going into a much more competitive marketplace, because many of the greatest games of all time can be purchased for pennies on the dollar for a large portion of the summer.
Which we'll be talking about later in this episode. Crazy enough. We also got Carbon TM Andrew Bailey with the £2. I can get that on screen. I bet I can get that on screen.
£2.
All right. It says Riven patch. Continue the playthrough and stuff. I'd love to. I'd love to continue the Riven playthrough. What got patched? No one posted it in our news channel. Somehow it got past me. If anybody knows the details of this, please. I was just Googling it while we were waiting for this tip to come along, and I didn't see any clear answers. Is anybody aware? Either of you guys?
Offhand, no. It's interesting, no.
Yeah, the AI response, which take it or leave it. As of July 2026, Cyan Worlds has not released a graphics or resolution enhancing patch for PSVR2 version of Riven. So I'm assuming that's wrong, because Andrew is telling us that there is one. There's something. But I want to continue it anyway, because Riven is really good.
Yeah, it's a great game. Classic.
Yeah, not seeing it in the chat. As soon as Andrew, if you get details, drop it in the chat, and we'll.
Well, there's a post here I found on Reddit from a week ago. It says technical details on future support updates for the Myst and Riven remakes.
I can bring that up, I think.
Hey folks, I wanted to share a support update post for our Myst remake patch that we just published on Steam. We're pushing a patch update for Riven out soon that will share similar information in addition to the Riven relevant patch notes at that time, which will be quite beefy. Some of you may like our behind-the-scenes technical details of future support for our game, so hopefully find the post interesting at the very least. So it doesn't look like this is a platform-specific patch. This Riven and Myst both getting patches. Yeah, I guess we can catch notes on Steam, but I don't know if the PlayStation notes would be available on Steam.
Cool. All right, we'll keep an eye on this, because I definitely want to get back into it. Also, there's no chat or Patreon scroll over here. Man, I got a lot of work to do on this 3-person setup. I'll fix that next time. Roger in the chat says, why not discuss Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 more? Man, the visuals just received a major overhaul and could be the best PSVR 2 to date once it's out of beta. I agree. We did a lot on that last Friday. In fact, I chose my co-hosts because of that last Friday. AJ and I had both played a bunch of it. And so he was the perfect guy to have on that show. So if you missed last Friday's show, go check it out. Also, it seemed like it was a little divisive back then. It seemed like some people were having nothing but awesome improvements. And that was me. I was a little bummed out by it at launch. and being like, oh man, this is way blurrier than I expected it to be. But also was like, maybe it has to be this blurry. So very, very excited when I saw that the upgrades were just phenomenal, like totally phenomenal. There were no downsides to the upgrades for me. The frame rate hadn't been improved that much. Actually, it had been improved slightly in the city areas and like when it chugged, but there was still like that regular amount of chugging that I saw just like flying. When you look out to the side and it's just going by horizontally, it's like tuk, 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 tuk. But nothing serious, like nothing I would tell people not to buy it for. I didn't have any downsides, but AJ and a bunch of other people did. It seems like the people who were loving it and the people who had issues with it was kind of split right down the middle. But I was one of the loving it people. So go watch that last episode last Friday. We were a really big fan.
So it appears that these patch notes, for what it's worth, most of them are global patches, meaning that they would apply to all platforms. But I mean, it's just a long list of like small bugs and things that were fixed. They just fixed a bunch of bugs, mainly. Is what it looks like.
All right. Andrew in the chat updates us. He says he's just got an update notification on PS5 Pro yesterday. Not tested, as he's already platinumed it. So, all right. So it was an update, but it wasn't probably not the big graphical update that we all want. But good to know. Good to know. We'll keep an eye on it. It sounds like based on the post that Wes was just reading from, they were talking about like whether it was possible or not to update it to a newer engine. So keep you posted on that. Jeremy Miller with the New Zealand $5 says, if you ever feel bad about non-VR content, just remember when Colin left Kind of Funny, we all had to pretend we were interested in American history. Yeah. I don't feel bad about non-VR content. I feel great about non-VR content. I'm having a lot of fun. And I know that it's and I know that it's not for everybody. And I'm still trying to figure out so many different things about how I want to move forward with the channel and keep the PSVR2 content coming. So all I gotta say is just thanks everybody for sticking with it, and hopefully the ride will be fun, as will the destination. We also got Comic Book Guy Game Cat with the level 2 membership. What's up? Says, well, last night's live stream did make me feel better after the disappointment the night before. I'm pretty sure only Brian knows what I'm on about. He's talking about sports ball.
Oh, England, yeah, losing to Argentina in the semi-finals. Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Well,
That's all you got about that? You don't want to express your sympathy?
I don't really want to talk about it anymore. It's too painful.
Yeah.
hold it together, man.
Yeah, I saw it back.
And now they've got to play. They got to play tomorrow for 3rd or 4th place. Who cares? How are they going to be motivated? You either play in the World Cup final on Sunday, or you play in the runners-up. So they're playing France. I saw a GIF of I don't know what cartoon it was, and it was just two characters reluctantly kicking a ball to each other like they don't want to play. Yeah.
I saw Backrooms.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
Last night, in fact.
Was that your first time?
It was. Yeah, it was. It was very special to me too. I'm glad I did it with somebody I cared about. Myself.
Dude, I'm really curious too. I really hope you liked it, man.
Yeah, no, I did. It was, I only delved a little bit into the YouTube series. What's the director's name that had done that on YouTube?
Kane Parsons.
Thank you. I'd only delved a little bit into that, seen a couple of the episodes or whatever you want to call them, and I was like, and so I was excited because I was like, oh, I wonder how they're going to turn this into like a full on story. And I mean, I have notes, obviously, right? I can't watch anything without fucking reviewing it, which is probably irritating to everybody around me.
Oh, I need to use Letterboxd again.
Dude, for real. Do you know how many movies I've started in the last month that I've like, oh, I've totally already seen this, and it makes it really hard for me to like I went on a found footage binge like the last few months, and I feel like I've watched every found footage movie ever made, and it's so hard for me to recommend the ones that I liked because I can't remember what they are or what they're called or even the premise sometimes, and so I just need I think being able to review my own Letterboxd reviews would really help me out. So even if it's like a 3-sentence review, I need to start doing that again. That being said, not super scary. Everyone set me up though with the right expectations. I think going into Obsession, which by the way I do love. I thought Obsession was great. It was. I think people hyped it up too much. And like, oh, it was the fucking best movie I've ever seen. It's the greatest horror movie. Blah blah this that whatever. And I got hyped up too much, just like Long Legs, right? Both great movies. Long Legs, first 2/3 was great. Anyway,
the Long Legs problem was the marketing campaign missold it. I felt the trailer was so amazing, but it completely set it up for not the trailer, the movie it was.
Yeah. The every single piece of marketing was this is the scariest movie you'll ever see.
Right.
And I was like, well, when's that going to happen? Is that post-credit scene? When? Anyway, I feel like the opposite happened with Backrooms because I think I'm the last person on the planet to have seen it. Right? Everyone else saw it in the theater. Everyone else saw it at some point. And I was watching it last night, and everybody already told me, "Oh, keep your expectations in check. It's fun. It's spooky. It's weird, but it's not really scary. It's okay." So I went in thinking it was going to be okay, and it was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. I have questions. I don't think I understand everything that happened, but it was enjoyable. It was fun. It was a fun watch. An hour and 41 minutes or something flew by.
Yeah. And you were streaming it on a service?
I actually
I'm not trying to catch you out.
Purchased it on Amazon
because they released a new version in the cinema, and I don't know if it's also on Amazon. It's called Everything Must Go Edition with 15 minutes. I know. It has 15 minutes of additional footage. Basically, at the end of the movie, it's a post-credit. It's like a mini short of like what would be a YouTube video. So. I didn't see it, but that's cool, man. I'm glad to hear it. I think it's definitely got some amazing moments in it which get underneath your skin. But overall, it was creepy. I was never like properly scared, and I love this. I love the cinematography in it. Like, and again, for a guy that's as young as he is just a remarkable achievement for a first movie. And I hope he makes more because I'm sure he learned a lot during the process.
Oh, I bet. Right, that was Obsession was Kari Barker's only like Hollywood theatrical release, right? Everything he'd done prior to that was YouTube.
Well, he was a part of a YouTube comedy group.
Okay,
that's right.
This is the common theme. Peel, Zach Kreger. Jordan Peele. Zach Kreger, now doing Resident Evil. Like, there is something interesting psychologically about the relationship between like having good comedic timing and a taste for horror. It must be something to do with the build up. You know, that psychologically in comedy, it's about knowing your audience and taking them down that feeling. So that must be something to do with it with horror. I don't know, but it's interesting that there seems to be this surge of. Not just comedians, but also YouTubers. Like he had Markiplier do Iron Lung, and yeah.
I know I'd said this before, but there was moments in the theater when I was watching Obsession by myself in the theater, but I was not by myself. I actually had a really good crew. The audience was fantastic. Whereas everybody was quiet, and we all gasped at the scary stuff, and then we all giggled at like the sort of like the tension relief moments. And I think there's something about that. These tension relief moments that really help the pacing of the movie. And it's like, oh, you got to build it up, and you got to let people, you got to let them down occasionally, right? You got to let that tension out a little bit here and there. And so, yeah, maybe knowing comedy is really good for proper horror, which is not something I've ever thought about before. But I see your point.
I can't wait for the Resident Evil movie.
Same.
It's gonna be so good.
Yeah,
I'm not overblowing it. Going, it's gonna be the best movie ever. I think it's gonna be a treat.
Listen,
can you watch it in VR? I'm just joking.
Oh, yeah, only on PSVR though.
Listen, if it's not the best Resident Evil movie ever made, then something's very wrong because there hasn't really been a good Resident Evil movie, right?
The original
Mila Jovovich.
The original Resident Evil movie was the first one I turned off halfway through.
No.
And I think I pirated it through Morpheus or whatever it was. whatever you do as a kid, where you have to spend 5 days downloading it, and then you find out if it's actually the movie you try to download.
And with Resident Evil, it's
or
impossible to know, right? 'Cause you watch Resident Evil and you're like, wait, when's the Resident Evil stuff gonna happen?
Yeah, why that? Yeah.
No, I will say, I mean, listen, I have an affection for the original Resident Evil movie. I thought it was fun, even though it felt like it had very little to do with the actual games. And then this Welcome to Raccoon City one that they did, which they just shoved everything, including the kitchen sink, into it. They're like, remember this boss, remember that boss, remember this character and that character, and we're going to shove them all together in an hour and a half, boom, done. They're like, what the fuck just happened? That was a lot of Resident Evil lore thrown at me all at once. It was like, we're only going to get one chance at this, guys, because no one's going to let us make a sequel, so let's put it all together into one movie. That's what that movie felt like. So it means it was terribly paced and kind of horribly written, but I had a lot of fun watching it. Like, I know it's a bad movie, but just like the original Resident Evil movie, it was a fun watch for me. That being said, I know they're not good movies, so I feel like this is the first time Resident Evil's had an actual chance at a good movie.
Let me ask you guys, each of you pick a horror movie or franchise that you would love to see be made into a VR game. Because people mentioned a movie in the chat that I've always wanted to have as a VR game, and that's The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. Yeah. That whole thing of who do you trust? I mean, you kind of have those trust games in VR, like Among Us and that, but like where someone could actually be the creature, I think would be amazing in VR.
Listen, that game was great. There was The Thing game on PlayStation 2 during that era, and it got re-released recently, just like, you know, up-res or something, maybe remastered. And it holds up. It's still a good game. So just that game in VR, please. I mean, that's good enough for me. Yeah. Anytime we do this, I mean, listen, I'm gonna speak for the crowd and not for myself so much, but that Hellraiser game that's coming out.
Yes.
Anytime that gets mentioned, people are like, "Oh my god, we need that on PSVR2."
Yeah.
Yeah. When I think about, you know, horror games or horror movies rather, that I'd like to see converted into a video game, it's kind of tough because, you know, most of my favorite horror movies aren't really anything that would be good as a game per se. But there are some good examples. Like, I guess, you know, Saw comes to mind with all of the traps and things that they have. Now, here's the thing. Like, I really enjoyed the first Saw movie much more than any of the rest of them.
Same.
And
big time.
The reason why is because they went too heavy into like all of the gadgets and things with all of the other ones, and they kind of made it seem like that was what made Saw great. That stuff was cool, but that wasn't what made Saw great. It was the plot twists is what made the original Saw so good. But with that said, what made for a lackluster series of movies would probably make for a pretty good VR game. The other one I would like to point out that I would love to experience in VR, this is a one-off movie called As Above, So Below, where this group of people, there's like 4 or 6 of these like young 20-somethings that go down into the Paris catacombs and get lost. And it's just an endless labyrinth, maze essentially underground, where lots of supernatural things happen to kind of scare you and make you lose your bearings and lose your way. So I think that would make for an outstanding VR game.
That's awesome, man.
That.
You instantly made me think of The Descent, another movie where you're going underground. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yep. All good choices. All good choices. I saw somebody in the chat saying that Nightmare on Elm Street, and I just feel like, yes, however, I feel like that needs to be like this big AAA affair, right? Make it a great PlayStation 5 game, but then also make sure you get a VR version of it. I just can't imagine that being sort of like a built from the ground up for VR game, just because the production values would have to be so high, I think, to do that properly.
Cube would be good. How about the Human Centipede? That could be a multiplayer VR
game. Dude, when I went on vacation with my family, there was a...
Oh, don't. Where's this going?
You tell me. Where do you think it's going?
don't know.
Well, we all
gone
got
from human
kidnapped.
centipede to my family went on holiday.
We all got kidnapped, and we woke up.
Which end were you?
I mean, we all have the same end, right? Because isn't it a big circle?
Oh, is it? Is that? I've not seen it. So
You
they
haven't
actually
seen
do loop it up.
Dude, okay, so I'm in a car with my brother, my sister-in-law, my niece, and my nephew, right? And we've got like this 3.5-hour trip up to Maine, and we're just talking about different horror movies for whatever reason, and we're just trying to pass the time, right? Because it's a long trip, man, and you just got to talk about whatever comes to mind. And they're scrolling through IMDb, and they say, "What the fuck is this Human Centipede?" If you've never had to explain the premise of the Human Centipede to people who didn't even know it existed, you have not lived life. Because the response from them is just like, bro, there's no way this exists. You're making this up. No one made this. There's no way it actually ended up on some piece of physical media for you to watch in a DVD player.
And there's a trilogy.
And then when you tell them there's 3 of them, they lose their goddamn minds. Like it was the craziest experience I'd had. Like I felt like the strange one just explaining a series of movies to them.
Amazing.
It was hilarious. I loved it.
Well, I've actually been in a YouTube short many years ago, and there was an elderly lady who was playing my grandma in it, and it turned out she was in the Human Centipede. I think she was in the second one. She played the mother of the killer or the scientist in it. And I was asking her, what was it like being in that movie? She was like, oh, it was pretty disgusting. I was like, yeah, that's just one way of describing it.
Right. They actually sewed our mouths to... Anyway. So that game would be interesting in VR.
That would be. Headset rumble. Great.
Man. VR Trooper 21 brings us to our next topic with the 2 quid. It says, should I wait for RE9 on PSVR2 or play the PC VR mod? Guys, I think we'll get to the answer to that question in a second, but I played Resident Evil 9 yesterday for the first time. And I've got to tell you guys something. And I know it's going to be something people don't want to hear. I don't think I like Resident Evil outside of VR anymore. I don't think I do. I think Resident Evil. I think, and it might just be a blanket statement for lots of AAA games. I'm having a hard time playing Resident Evil 9 on the flat screen. It is not what I want it to be. I don't feel like I have the control just aiming a gun. I don't feel like I have control swinging Leon's axe that I want. I feel like when I'm in a room, I don't have like a real sense of place. Like I don't understand my surroundings very well because they're plastered on a flat screen in front of me instead of actually being around me. So like I'm walking around this place and it's pretty dark and I'm having a hard time like, kind of understanding my surroundings. And even like the 3rd or 4th time I ran through it, I'm still like, wait, I don't know, where does this hallway turn left? Where does it turn right? And it's because I'm so used to playing these games in VR that like trying to play it on a flat screen is so fucking difficult. And not enjoyable. Like it sucks all the fun out of it for me. And so I'll just say this right now, VR Trooper, you're asking the right question. He says, should I wait for an RE9 version on PSVR2 or play the PC VR mod? At least you're saying, should I play it in VR? Or which VR version should I play? Because I got to be honest with you, like if you love Resident Evil games in VR, you may experience the same thing that I experienced. And it's a me problem. But I think a lot of people here are in the same boat as me and will have a very similar problem as I did. I think I'm throwing in the towel on it because what's going to happen is if I keep playing it and keep complaining about the shit that's bothering me, it's going to ruin the experience for me. And it's going to ruin the experience for people watching, like just listening to me complain about shit. It's a me problem, but it's one that I'm willing to say, man, I'll wait until there's a better way for me to play this.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I'm the same way, and it's just with flat games in general. And I guess that isn't true. It wouldn't be the same for all formats, but I always feel like I just can't see anything playing on a screen. Like because the field of view is so small compared to what I'm used to.
Yeah,
it's just I feel like I'm playing with a blindfold on, man, and I never get over it. It just bothers me constantly.
Yeah, that lack of field of view of playing on a screen now has meant a lot of games I play, it makes me feel a bit. I get motion sickness now sometimes with first-person games on a flat screen because it's like, why am I not able to see like here? Like, yeah,
That's so crazy. Motion sickness, not in VR, but on the flat screen.
yeah.
That's craziness. Yeah.
But
yeah,
answer the
Wes.
question.
Thank you.
You may get a different answer, like if you ask a few different people, but we don't know that it's going to come to PSVR2. If this is something that we knew, I would say sure, yeah. If you want to wait on it, wait on it. Wait for the official version because it's going to have adaptive triggers and all these nice bells and whistles. But the fact of the matter is, you could be like Michael Chandler, waiting 2 years for Conor McGregor to fight, and then you don't get to fight. So, like, if this is something you know you want to play, and you have a PC that can run it, there's an automatic installer now. It's easy to install. I would just wait for it to go on a sale, pick it up, and play it on your PC, man. It's great.
What's been your experience so far with because how far into the PC VR version are you, Wes?
I've only played a few hours of it. I haven't played that much of it. I am intending on getting back to it because multiple people are asking me to pick it back up to stream. So I've only played the first bit. Probably not much more than you've played, if any at all. But no, it was really fun, man. I enjoyed the jumping back and forth between the two perspectives, just because the gameplay and the experience was so different, and you're running two. It's the same storyline, but you're seeing it from two different angles, and yeah, I enjoyed the way they're telling the story. I enjoyed the different action you got for each character, and for the first time ever, I think I enjoyed the quick time movements from Leon. I normally hate that shit, especially in VR, but they feel so impactful in this one that I actually really enjoyed it.
When you're playing as Leon, I'm assuming you're playing in first person the entire time, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, a lot of people in the chat saying they're picking up like a PC. I'm very curious to know how many of the people who have gone the PC route over the last week or two is in response to what's happening with PlayStation and the physical media and all that.
It's a combination. Dude. You know what's happening with PlayStation and what's happening with the Steam box being $1,400. You know,
I can't believe looking at every other, if not every PlayStation post now has a community notes on X Twitter, and the community notes is about like the physical disc issue. So like PlayStation are getting hammered, and now all the developers that are releasing on PlayStation get those community notes, and so people keep this up, which I, like many of us, feel people should keep making noise about it. They're not going to be able to ignore it. Yeah.
All right. Divisive take. I kind of hope they don't listen. Not gonna lie.
Oh, yeah?
I hope they don't listen. I hope they follow through with their vision of next gen's future, which none of us want. Right? They want an all digital future where you have to buy everything from the PlayStation storefront. And it would be even better if they don't include a disc drive or don't give us the option to buy a disc drive, so that our PS4 and PS5 games we have to repurchase digitally. I hope that this becomes such a massive blunder for PlayStation that they have to fucking...
Oh, right.
Right? I hope it's so bad for them that they have to... that in all their decisions fucking just punch them in the face. And they have to reconsider everything. They have to do the same thing they did during the PS3 era, where they said, every decision we've made has been wrong. Right? We have to focus on the gamers. We have to focus on getting quality games out. We have to focus on bringing the price of our hardware down. And they really won over everybody that generation, right? That was Sony, like, really with their back up against the wall, scratching and clawing their way back to the top. And we haven't
I don't
seen
know.
that Sony in a long time, and we need to.
Yeah, I don't know that they could recover from a whole generation of failure like that, though. Like, it's not like it was back in the day when they were losing market share to Xbox, because now people they're not going and picking up Xboxes; they're building gaming PCs.
Yep.
So it's I think a disastrous generation for PlayStation could mean the end of like consoles being as dominant as they are. Like, seriously, I mean, consoles are kind of on the way out anyway, and I think Sony missing the mark that badly could hasten their exit, so to speak.
Yeah, this is the first time where I've seen myself like I can see myself not getting a PlayStation 6 at launch.
Yeah,
like if
same.
you know that's how I feel about it. I'm also a bit bitter with PlayStation lately because they've annoyed me a bit with my PlayStation VR2 headset. If I can quickly go into a little story,
Please.
So about a year and a half after I had my first PSVR2, which you know I was grateful. I didn't. Sony got it for me, so it wasn't that I paid for it. But it basically got really worn, and basically where the cable actually physically like is joined into the headset, it's frayed, so it's like coming out now, and it still works, but it's like it doesn't look good. And so I went through Sony's helpline, spoke to them, and they said that they would fix it for, I don't know what it was at the time. It was like $250, maybe $300 or $290. And I was like, oh, I've got to send it all. Because I remember at this, you had a problem a similar time with yours, and you were telling me, Brian, that you'd had to send it off all together, and then you bought a second one in the meantime. Yep. So I bought a second one instead, and I never sent that other one off to get fixed. And I've had that for about a year and a half. And it's now got the exact same issue. And like I take good care of mine, and people will say, I mean, I've literally got a photo which I won't be able to put on here, but when I contacted Sony, I was like, I take good care of my PSVR2 headsets, but like it's the exact same problem on each headset. I'll share it in our Discord.
Yeah, share it in the Discord. Crazy, I should be able to show it to everybody.
So when I emailed PlayStation, I actually sent them this image so they could see two headsets, and I told them that like I didn't get it fixed the first time. I said I just bought a second one, so I give him the serial code for both of them, and I say like, come on guys, like if they were like completely different wear and tear, but like they both work fine, it's just that they look dodgy. And people saying that I play VR wrong. Like I don't really step on my cables, and like in my studio setup, I always have the cable behind me. So it's always clear. But anyway, it probably is me making a mistake and stuff. Long story short, this time Sony actually took a lot longer to get back to me, and they actually did message me a few days later and went, sorry we're taking so long, we're just talking with our team. And they asked for evidence, so I sent them my invoice from the PlayStation Store for the second one. I actually sent them the email for the first one that Sony confirmed when they were sending me the units. And then they finally got back to me and they went, sorry, we've looked, because it's out of warranty, you're going to have to send it in to get repaired. It will cost £265, which is like $310, I think, when I was looking at the time. And I was like, oh, if that's for both of them, I'll send it off. Kind of guessing it probably wasn't, but I thought I'd try my luck. And they went, oh no, that's per unit. So to get both of these fixed, to send them off, it will cost me over $600. And the reason this annoys me even more with Sony is like the USB-C cable is like proprietary. Like you look at people that actually take it away. It's not that you can just buy your own cable. Like it's their own sort of issues. And so you can't really fix it yourself without much hassle. But ages ago, I think you're wearing the 3D Pulse headphones, are you? No. Brian? Oh no, they're not. I thought they were. The place. I thought you do have them though, right?
Oh yeah.
And they're not the elite, right? Those are the first ones.
Regular ones. Yep, not the elites.
Which is what I had as well.
They're broken.
Right. So I have the ones that you got there, and I bought them at launch on PlayStation. And then years later, the ear cups, the foam things were like flaking off and everything. So I phoned PlayStation. I say, can I just get, it's out of warranty, can I just buy some replacement? Sorry, we don't do that. Okay, but can I just send it in to get recycled then? No. So the only thing I could do was spend another $100 and whatever to buy some new ones. It was insane. I went on Amazon. I bought some replacement cups that were like $20, and they've lasted ever since, and they're more comfortable. So the reason I bring all this up is we're talking about Sony and what they're like with how customer friendly they are.
Right.
And like in these two cases where it's not even about like me saving money. I want to do stuff that's good for the environment. Why the fuck should I be sending a full PSVR2 headset just to change the cable? It should have been a USB-C cable that you can plug in, plug out.
I believe that it is. That was what I was going to say. Is I think and I might be mistaken about this, but I believe if you pull your headband apart, the place where the cable actually connects in to the circuitry, it's just a plug. So that's a cable that's literally that you could unplug and plug in on their end as well. They don't offer that as a part, so to speak. You have to send your entire thing in to have it repaired. Now, with that said, probably, unless I'm badly mistaken, that is correct. So the part that you're looking at there that's frayed isn't where the cable actually goes in and joins in. So if you wanted to take that apart, you could probably do a decent like electrical tape job with it, make it where it doesn't look so bad. Also, if you wanted to buy another headset, you could swap cables on them and say and then make a warranty claim on it to have it repaired.
That's true. Well, a good friend of mine, he actually messed up the lens on his, so he bought a new one. But the back bit is fine, so he's actually gonna disconnect it and give me the back bit.
Nice.
How good you're Frankensteining him.
So then I could send the one with the shit lenses and the fucked up back bit to PlayStation to fix it.
No,
I might just stamp on it a couple of times before sending it in. Just like if I'm having to send it all in, just like lob it, hit it with a sledgehammer, and just go, yeah. It's got a bit of wear and tear. Can you do a repair job on this?
Yeah, because you know if you smash it up like that, they'll just send you a new one. They won't even try to fix it.
Yeah, they will anyway.
Yeah.
Is this covered by warranty?
Exactly. Send it in on like the last day of the warranty as well. You know.
Yeah. I might do a shit in the box. I wouldn't. That'd be foul play. I wouldn't do that. I'm not a monster. I'd piss in it.
I would bleed in it, but that's just because I'm so emo.
Bleed it. Have some tears. Cry in it.
I have bled in it. I've cried and bled in it.
Damn.
Yeah, electrical tape. A lot of people talk about. Thank you, everyone, for all the stuff, and people telling me I've got a wonky head. I'm aware of that.
But you have nice teeth.
I actually have a wonky head because I just admire Wes and Brian, so I do the dog thing where you... The way you both did that in sync was amazing.
Man, that's too bad I was going for Backstreet.
Yeah.
So anyway, Resident Evil 9.
Yeah, sorry.
What I will
PlayStation bitch fest.
Listen, what I will say about Resident Evil 9, I know, and trust me, like you're bitching to the right people. Like you're preaching to the choir at this point. I feel like, you know, like... the digital future is bound to get here eventually, right? So like when people are like, this is so dumb. Why are you guys fighting the inevitable? It's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. Games are getting bigger. There's not storage. I get it. I absolutely get it. But for me, it's absolutely the thing that broke the camel's back, right? This final thing is just like, bro, like, can you stop being so anti-consumer and can you start caring about the things that you put out and can you start like fucking the PlayStation Store has been an absolute fucking mess since they debuted it like 20 years ago, right? Everything that they do kind of pisses me off a little bit, and so when they do all of these things simultaneously, I get pissed off a lot, and then they just add one more thing to it. I'm like, you know what? I'm really enjoying my Switch 2, and I got to tell you. I'm sure you saw a little bit on my stream yesterday. I am so fucking blown away by how good Resident Evil 9 looks on the Switch 2. Like, it's the Switch 2. That is not even PlayStation 5, never mind the Pro level of power. It looks fantastic. And so if it was even able to look that good on PSVR2, I'd be pretty blown away. And we do have, courtesy of one of our Discord members, Sorry, I don't have your name handy. If you're watching right now, please speak up or forever hold your peace. We do have a poll for everybody. This is GameCat Ops. Here we go, right? I love when we have GameCat Ops movements where people actually, take a second and contribute and make your voice heard, make a difference. I'm going to post this in the chat. Here's the link to it. This is the link to a Capcom survey about Resident Evil 9. They're basically asking like, hey, did you buy it? Did you play it? And there is at one point a big text box where you can absolutely go and say whatever you want to. If you've already filled it out, you can fill it out again. Just open an incognito window. Actually, let me see if I can bring it up here. I don't know if it's going to let me or not. And so take advantage of. Here it is. Here it is. Oh fuck! I can do another one right now. Did you purchase this game? Yeah, I purchased it. Here we go. And don't worry, if you're watching this after the fact, I will post the link in the comments. I will pin it.
I'm having fun ticking all the Resident Evil games I've played because I'm going down the list going, actually, which ones have I played? And
yeah, because
okay,
they list all of them. And so I have no qualms telling them I bought the Nintendo Switch 2 physical edition because I did, because I also want to tell them, hey, I will buy this game again if you add PSVR2 support. I did pre-order it. Next, did you pre-order the game? Yes. Have you completed the game? I have not completed it. It's good. I don't know if I'd recommend it. Yeah, I'm just gonna blasting through this so I can get to the text box. Story's good. Characters are good. Graphics, environments are great. Horror's good. Controls are good. Optimization seems great. Good. 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 Sounds great, actually. Text quality, translations, so far so great. The level of difficulty was appropriate, agree. Amount of content, I'm just going to say sure, yeah, I agree. Balance of horror and action was appropriate. Neutral. I don't fucking love what I've played so far. I want a game. Listen, this is me complaining about shit before I've even finished the game. I'm sure it all comes together, right? So this is like early impression Brian complaining about stuff that's probably fine later. What I like about Resident Evil games is that you tend to start off with like no weapons or a handgun with like very, very few bullets, right? And you have to conserve every single bullet, right? Survival horror style. And as you progress through the game, you gradually get better weapons and more ammo, and the more you conserve, the more confident you feel later on in the game, right? Or you can try to kill every single zombie and basically have no bullets the entire time. And so what I don't love right now is that they're giving you the two sides of the coin. They're giving you like late game type character with Leon right off the bat. It's like, oh, hey, you want to go kill a bunch of zombies in the street? They're all coming at you. It's all crazy. Okay, cool. They get that going on. And then you also have Grace, who has no weapons at first, right? And it's just like, hey, you get to play the beginning and the end of the game simultaneously. And I'm just like, bro, I just want to play as one character who has this great progression. And I think Grace will have that, but the beginning of the game, it just felt too. I don't know.
You lose momentum.
Oh yeah, I didn't like the pacing at all. But again, I'm just barely scratching the surface. So I've been told that it gets better and everything sort of starts gelling and everything is more of what I'm looking for is actually in the game. I'm just not there yet. So I just wanted to complain because that's what I do. So I'm going to say the game was immersive. I'm going to say neutral because that's going to be the crux of my argument here. Because I'm going to say it wasn't immersive enough.
When you first started doing this page, I was like, oh, I didn't get this, but it's because for the first question, have you got it? I was like, no, not purchased. So it was a much shorter questionnaire.
I'm also going to tell them it wasn't scary enough. I would say it's not scary. It's a bit lacking. Because, again, I want to tell them that it's not scary enough because right? It's all leading to the VR question.
I see what you do. It's
right?
What's the term? Like backhanded compliments and stuff. Yeah, like you make them insecure, and then you say, "But I would love it if you got some work done."
Yeah, yeah. And I'm trying to be very complimentary here. Just saying, I'm saying, oh, everything was great, right?
You say, "I like that." You said it was a bit lacking, the horror, the scare, and then he can say, "But how much of a bit?
Right.
About VR much? VR much lacking." This is it.
All right.
You are such a schemer, Mr. Brian Paul.
I know. Also, like, oh, here we go. Is there any feedback you'd like to give Capcom after playing the game? Please let us know if there's something you would like more of, or if there's something you would like us to do next. You can tell us anything. Are you sure you want us to tell you? Are you sure you want us to tell you? All right. Hey. The combat and horror really fell flat because I'm used to playing RE games in VR. It would feel better to play and would be way scarier. How many R's does scarier have? 1, 2 R's. Somebody ask AI. How many R's in strawberry?
Oh, don't. It's 2. There's one here, and one here. 2.
Oh, you're absolutely right. I got that one wrong. Like AI responses are so generic. I love it. Okay. All right. So I wonder how many hundreds of people we can get to send this feedback to them. Make sure you mention PSVR2. Tell them that maybe it needs to be scarier. Also, I think it's super important that we tell them it's not scary enough, right? Because I think we got Village because too many people said RE7 was too scary, right? They really knocked the horror down a notch because I think too many people responded saying, I couldn't finish RE7, it was too scary. And so let's not let that happen again. Resident Evil 10 needs to be the scariest motherfucking thing on the face of the fucking planet. Let's go.
Oh my goodness.
Just to torture Myles, really.
Ah.
All right. We'll just say I don't really care what the last information is. Oh yeah, other than Requiem, what other titles have you played? Actually, you know what? I can't lie. I didn't play RE3, but I'll lie. I played RE3 original. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I'm just gonna select all of them. No, I'm just gonna select all of these too. I love sports games. I love music games. I love party games. I love other games. I use everything. No, let's not click everything. I don't want my answers to be the same as the last time I filled this out. Please select your gender. Please tell us your age. Guys, I'm gonna change my age. Wait, how come I can't select my age?
What's my age again? What's my age again?
Oh no. It's cutting me off here at the end. Oh, wait, hold on. Nope. What's happening? Well, just let me submit. This question is required, and then it's not letting me actually. Can I type it in? I was gonna lie about my age. Oh no, guys, I can't fill out the age form. It's not letting me pick from the drop down. Oh no, arrow keys work. I am 27 and I live in Canada. So
brute force it.
Yep. All right.
You get a nice little reward for completing the survey.
Yeah, what is it, like a wallpaper or something? I could have right-clicked on Google and just saved it.
Yeah, but it's they also say thank you for your cooperation, which is quite cute.
There's Snuff in the chat reminds us, maybe some of you guys should mention this. That we'd be willing to pay for the PSVR2 support, right? Like if it's an additional, he's saying $25. that would be fine by me. Fuck, dude, listen, you can pick this game. By the time VR support actually rolls around, if they actually do it, you're gonna be able to pick the game up pretty cheap, right? Probably $30 or $40. And so, like, I would be fine if they said 30 or 40 for the VR upgrade, right? This would be massive. This would be a massive thing to get. And so the title of this video that we are currently doing is why PSVR2 needs Resident Evil 9 and why RE9 needs PSVR2. And I think I've already covered the second half of that, right? I don't think playing on the flat screen is all that much fun, especially if you're used to the VR version. Probably only if you're used to the VR version. I think everyone who loves flat screen games and has been playing flat screen games for the last 10 years is like, Brian, you're fucking crazy. This game is great no matter how you play it. And I totally understand where you're coming from. But the first half of that, obviously, we don't really have any AAA games on the horizon, right? We do need something to be looking forward to. That's something that Myles talks about a lot. He's like, what's next on the horizon? And I think we need this announcement. We need a announcement, and this would be a great one.
Because the last one was Flight Sim, wasn't it? That's what we talked about before. Flight Sim was the last, and yeah, you're right. They haven't mentioned, which is why I thought Resident Evil 9 would have possibly been on that state of play. Is in like it's now time for that next North Star. So, yeah. And also, VR games tend to be digital only, so that should be in PlayStation's favor.
Yeah, true. Sometimes they re-release the gold edition or something, and it has everything on the disc, which they could totally do. But yeah, were you gonna say, Wes?
I was gonna say, yeah, we need another big title to not only so that we have something to look forward to, but so that we have signs of life for the platform and for the platform holders specifically. Like, we need a RE9 or like an Astrobot or anything, man. We need something that we can look forward to that's on par with what we got during the launch window.
Yep, agreed.
Yeah. The thing that we often talk about, and I just want to mention it again for GameCats that have missed it when we've mentioned this before, is the PlayStation 6 does not need a PSVR3. Like, I don't think at all. Like, so this idea of like, and the reason I bring that up is like the positive is for PlayStation to keep supporting VR doesn't require new hardware. It's completely software related. And so my hope is that as we also move towards a PS6, which is, I think it'd be announced next year. I mean, there's talks that it might get delayed, but there's other stuff of like, well, it's already in motion, because they have to plan it so many years in advance. Then when they come out with a PlayStation 6, there is a great opportunity to have some VR titles, because when you got the headset on, we've seen those games Subside, Red Matter, you can see how crystal clear things look up that close to the headset. And so there'll be even a greater potential to have games looking that clear, but all around you. I'd happy on the PS6 if they actually did a re-go at Horizon Call of the Mountain. Just completely crystal clear. I still want to experience that without any reprojection. But yeah, we need to look forward to stuff. And I think that the fact that there's no pressure for them to do new hardware VR wise means they should at least then have that pot of money to go towards investing in AAA IPs to bring to VR.
No, you're not wrong. The headset's fantastic, and yeah, like you said, seeing something like Village or RE4 Remake or even Gran Turismo and having it be the resolution and frame rate of something like Subside, should absolutely be possible on PlayStation 6. So Sony just allowing us to plug our headset into the PlayStation 6 and saying, listen, you guys do VR stuff on here. Like, we're not going to do any first party games, but maybe we'll update our first party games and we'll let everybody update their games and keep making games for it. Yeah, we've got a great headset. They just need to allow us to keep using it. So We'll see though.
If the PS6 is not backwards compatible for PSVR2, I am done with Sony. Like that will be the absolute no. It's like no. All right, I'm staying with my PS5 Pro.
What if somebody suggested this the other day? Somebody asked this the other day. They said, what if they say it's not backwards compatible, but the games are forwards compatible, right? You'll be able to play your PSVR2 games on a PlayStation VR 3 on the PlayStation 6. In the PlayStation 6, let's say grand total, PlayStation 6 costs $1,200, and then the PlayStation VR 3 costs $800, right? Everything's going up in price. Let's just pretend next gen PlayStation VR is going to run you $2,000 to get in the door. Is that just too much? Is that just too much of an asking price for people to adopt on day one?
It wouldn't be if I had the confidence that they were going to support it with software throughout the duration, or at least to halftime, at least till halfway through the generation. That's the problem, is that after the way that this one was supported compared to PSVR 1, I don't know if I would have enough confidence to drop $2,000 down just on the faith that they're going to support it properly, like I did for PS5 and PSVR 2. I bought my console years ahead of time just because I knew there would be a PSVR 2. I knew it would happen, and it did. So I don't know. That's a lot of money, and it's hard to say without seeing what type of new features. Like if it's really revolutionary and offers things that the other platforms don't offer, the way PSVR 2 did, as bad as I hate it, I'm sure I would drop the $2,000 and get it. But man, it's a hard question to answer.
Yeah. But what if, Wes, when you ordered it, it was delivered personally by Jim Ryan? He actually knocked on your door and was like, "Hello, Wes, I got you this."
He's all bruised up from all the other deliveries that people punched him in the face.
Yeah.
I would ask him, is VR's time now? Finally?
Yeah.
Is it now?
But the common theme with the common theme we're having with everything we're talking about here is the problem Sony has got is it's just become disconnected. Like for the players, it just feels like a completely faceless corporate entity now. I mean, even the physical disc thing, when they did that blog post, and here we're among royalty here. We're with someone who's not done one blog post, not two. How many blog posts have you done for the PlayStation blog now, Wes?
A lot of them.
A lot of them. Anyway, but they did the blog post, and it was like 2 paragraphs, and it was okay. It had a name to it. But it's just like again and again, it just feels like, and there was something that PlayStation decided on, and then they when Jim Ryan was doing it, and then they actually went back on it because there was so much outrage. I can't remember what it was. They were like, they were going to they were going to discontinue the PS3 library. It was something like that, and then there was a lot of outrage, and they went, actually, okay, we're going to keep it going a bit longer because of that. But the outrage needs to be a lot louder.
I know that when Helldivers 2 came to PC, they were originally going to make people sign up for the PSN network, even though they're playing on Steam.
That was good as well.
PC players made so much of a stink about that and started review bombing the game that they eventually went back on it and didn't, changed course. So it can be done.
It's just not a point of strength as a brand, is it? Where you keep having to do stuff to then reverse if there's not enough complaints, and that kind of complacency is just terrible for the brand. Yeah,
I think for what it's worth, that's a reason why I think that we haven't seen so much VR on State of Play this generation. That everything we get announced gets relegated to the PlayStation blog mainly. I think it's just for that reason, they used to lean into it a little bit more, and people complained about it so much that now they just would rather not deal with it, right? It's easier to deal with the few of us VR people complaining about there not being anything than it is to deal with the masses of flat gamers out there complaining that 5 minutes of their 30 was taken up for VR titles.
Yeah, it's a pretty it's depressing, man. Right? As somebody as most of us, I think, are in the same boat. We were there with PlayStation from the beginning, and we're just basically watching their pretty monumental rise, or meteoric rise, probably the better expression, and then and just being like so happy with everything that they were doing for the longest time, and then just scratching our heads for the better part of the last 10 years, going, what the fuck are they doing? Right? They've got all these studios. They've got over 20 first-party studios, and I don't think that's even the case anymore. I keep saying over 20 first-party studios, but they keep shutting them down, right? Or they keep keep canceling shit, and so I don't even know what's left. But for the last 10 years, these 20 first-party studios should have been doing. There should have been small divisions of them that were really capitalizing on some of the nostalgia. Think of all the games that people keep begging for. Anytime MotorStorm comes up, people lose their goddamn minds. They would kill for a new MotorStorm, right? And think of all of the different IPs that they've had over the years that they own the rights to, right? That would be great for. Like just something simple like the Bloodborne remaster that's been teased, not teased, but like rumored, I guess. And everybody would kill for, and they just like, why aren't we doing this? Like really easy wins for them that they're just ignoring, and it seems like every decision that they make is just another L, and it's self-imposed. It doesn't make any sense what they're doing, and I'm really tired of putting up with it. So anyone who's just like, I'm fucking done with them, I'm jumping ship, going PC next generation, I fucking understand. They had everything, and they're just throwing it out the window.
Word.
And on that bright note, you guys want to see what digital games people can buy on the PlayStation storefront for cheaper prices?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Yeah, there's a summer sale going on right now that we're going to take a quick look at. Let me see if I can bring.
Do you guys want me to bring up GameStop and tell you what the physical version of these games would cost?
Let's do it.
Yeah, it sounds great. All right. I think hopefully this link works.
Are we going to rotate and pick a game each?
Yeah, that works. I think that's fair.
But Jesus Christ, straight away, Gran Turismo, 85% off.
Here, I'm just bringing it up so I can see it full screen here. How much is it?
Put it
Sorry,
in a
spoilers.
private window.
You say
Put it in a private window so that I don't own everything.
Oh, yeah.
why am I seeing 58% off?
Oh, I don't know.
Wait, are you on the US?
I see as well.
You're seeing, what are you seeing?
I'm on the US page, yeah.
Okay, and the first one is not Gran Turismo 7 for 58% off.
Oh. Okay, that's right. That's still a good deal. That's still a bargain.
Does No Man's Sky ever get below $20? I feel like it's always $24 every single time it's on sale. I was like, it's either full price or this price. I feel like those are the two prices they have. Sirens on my end. Guys, Resident Evil 4 is $10. Come on, this is fucking crazy. $10.
Yeah, that's wild.
And Village is only $10.
This is what I'm talking about. Like if I were a small indie team, trying to launch my newly finished VR game.
Yeah.
Why would you do it now? If you're brave enough to make your game cost like $25 so that you make a little bit of money on it, how could you come to this storefront and hope to compete with like Resident Evil games for $10? Like it's tough.
Arizona Sunshine VR remake, 50% off. It's $9.99. Absolute steal. Just.
Yep. I mean, that's
Jesus.
the problem, right? It could, like Wes is saying, even Vertigo games, right? Like Vertigo games who tend to have 3 or 4 games on the top 10 sales charts every single month, right? I feel like they're in the same boat. I bet their games sell so much better at this ridiculously low price. what was the remake going for when it launched? 30, right? So
Yeah.
now it's 10. Yeah, it would be impossible to put out a game now. I felt really, really bad for the Horizon Rain developers when they were trying to put their game out and charge a premium price, $40, right? Which is a lot of money, no question about it. But then there were other games on sale like this that were like $10 a pop, and people were like, "Well, why would I buy this over the $10 game?" It's like, well, it's tough. It's tough to say. You got to support the developers, but simultaneously, like, well, you also can't buy everything brand new.
And it's not just supporting the developers, it's supporting the market. We have to transform this market into something that gives developers a little bit more of a fair shake, or else there won't be any developers left to make games. They'll all go back to flat or mobile or do something else. If there's any hope of having a healthy VR gaming market, we've got to get away from this, culture of, I'll wait till it's $10. Not saying that $40 isn't debatably too high for a Horizon Rain, because that is a bit of a steep one, but yeah, it's hard to sell a $30 game to a guy that knows that it's going to be $10 like everything else, as long as you just wait long enough,
Yeah, we're just missing the quantity of gamers that the flat screen side of things have, right? If we had 10 or 20 million PSVR2 gamers, there'd be plenty of people who were buying it day one, and plenty of people who would buy it when it went on sale, and plenty of people who would wait for a deep sale, right? But we just don't. VR2, and I'm assuming even on the Quest side, they have this problem. There's just not enough of us.
And it's so much worse on Quest and PC because those platforms have a big problem for developers that Sony doesn't have, and that is piracy. So many people pirate games on Quest and pirate games on Steam that there's a lot of overhead to publishing a game on those platforms, because it's so rampant over there, and you don't get that on PlayStation, thankfully.
All right.
I mean, look, Alien Rogue Incursion VR 75% off $9.99. That is just insane. It says it's a game bundle. Is that because it comes with the flat, or is that not what it means? I don't know.
No, I think. Here, I can click on the listing. What is it? What does the bundle actually say?
Get part 2 with it?
No, yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, but it's a text file. It's a text file, Wes. It's like a novel.
Yeah, I think it's just I think it's just a misprint on the PlayStation Store. Surprise, surprise.
Disgusting.
Right.
I'm so offended.
Somehow I can't back out of this, so I have to like.
It's a trap. It was a trap, Brian. I'm sorry.
Jeez. Does anybody need any Synth Riders DLC?
I know, 50% off across the board. I mean, look, when you can't go into these sales, this is what we talk a lot about internally, and like do a 10% off thing when people are going to look at that and just see everything else at 50, 60, and 75%. You got to go deep on the sale.
It's kind of a race to the bottom, unfortunately.
It is.
Metro Awakening for $15. I mean, that's crazy. A lot of people say that's their favorite VR game. But Midnight Walk's $15. These are all must-haves, I think.
Jesus Christ, Wes! You were talking about Synth Riders. I know we're not on the next page yet. The next page is pretty much all Synth Rider.
that's what I was. Yeah, that's what I was commenting on. It was just kind of crazy.
Are we done with the first page? Should we move on to page 2? Because I think
did we mention Aces of Thunder for less than $20 and Zero Caliber at around $15?
Yeah, they're worth shouting. I mean, a lot of this stuff is good shouting. I mean, the Midnight Walk for $14.99, and obviously Hitman. Like, I know it's $30, but like the amount of content you get with that is pretty insane.
Yeah, it's on sale from $70. It's literally 60% off. So yeah, for less than $30, you're gonna be playing like 100 hours of that.
Yeah.
Ace of Thunder is great. Zero Caliber, very interesting time to buy Zero Caliber though, because the people over at Why did I just forget the name of the developers? Shit. Well, they keep teasing some PSVR2 news soon, and
it's got to be 2, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
X-Real Games.
Thank you, Xreal. Man, I used to be so good at this. Take a week off and I forget everything. So yeah, they've been kind of teasing Zero Caliber 2 on PSVR2, and it's just like, yeah, okay, cool, but like it's gonna make it real hard to sell the first one. That's why I told them, I didn't tell them this, but I said I was kind of hoping that it would be a bundle, like they just like release both of them simultaneously on PSVR2. You sell them both, or maybe like the Ultimate Edition where you put all the levels and all of the features of both games into one big game type thing. But anyway. Let's go to the next page. If you guys are ready.
We got some really good stuff still to look forward to this year with the Zero Caliber sequel coming, and Into the Radius sequel coming. Yeah, Forefront, and
are we just assuming Into the Radius 2? You're just saying in general, not for PSVR 2.
It's coming to PSVR 2, is it not?
I just didn't think
this is the Synth Riders page, Brian.
Yeah, it sure is.
I
know that they wanted to do the same thing they did with Into the Radius 1, where they like got out of early access and put in all the features, and then that's when they were going to release it and port it over to PSVR 2. So my assumption was just that it was going to be way later, like late next year or something like that. But
yeah, it probably will be next year. You're right about that.
But dude, Into the Radius 1 for $18.
Yeah.
Such a fucking great single player extraction shooter. Luminous Arise, maybe not the biggest sale, but that game's awesome. Page 2 just kind of
I need to get back to that, actually.
Should we move on to page 3?
Arcane Age Alert at $18, one of the best titles on the platform. It's a great game.
Yeah, and if you played it and you're not like super into it, give it more time, because I think everybody or a lot of people had the same story with Arcane Age. It's just like they're like, oh, I'm just not feeling it right away. Give it some time, and then it'll all click, and it'll be fucking your next addiction.
Well, it's difficult if you try to play it a different way. Like I think it wants you to be more of a melee person at first, and if you try to stick with your guns, it's more difficult. Or maybe I have that backwards. But yeah, it just takes a little while to get used to it and get used to switching back and forth, and then yeah, it's great.
Can I just give my usual warning? On the first page was the Escape the Backrooms game. Stay away from that game at all costs, literally, even at discount. And then on this third page, Flight Simulator Delivery 2025 VR. That has made it into the top 10. Absolutely abysmal. Stay away. Do not be tempted.
Yep. Agreed.
Sorry.
Agreed. Actually, in all fairness, I actually had a little bit of fun with Flight Simulator Delivery because when it came out, there was like no other flight sims on PSVR 2, and it was just like it's like, oh, it's the same thing with the truck simulator game. I'm like, this is terrible.
Yes,
but there's nothing else really like it. And so, but yeah, we have a great flight sim game now. A great flight sim game that you should definitely be picking up. Oh man, I'm scrolling.
I mean, I always shout out Paint the Town Red VR for $9.99, especially with its roguelite mode. Like, that is a really good time, really well optimized for PSVR 2. So I would definitely shout that out.
I can't believe that I'm sitting here looking at Thief VR Legacy of Shadow for $12.99.
Yep.
Yeah.
Already.
I was just going to point that one out because it launched at $30. They dropped the price to $20, and now it's on sale for $13. And they've improved it since launch, right? It's a decent game. So for $13, add it to the list, man. You could spend $100 on the sale and get like 9 very fucking good games.
Yep.
And then people say, well, that's why I don't buy games at launch. And you're like, well, that's a good point. Anything else on this page jumping out at you guys? I mean,
the greatest rhythm game of all time, Thumper, which happens to be $7.99, which is its usual sale.
Yep.
But it often goes overlooked, I think, for that reason. And if for some ungodly reason you don't have Thumper in your library, you should. Pick it up.
Good bit of rhythm violence. I love that genre name they came up with.
I tend not to shout it out because like this and Pistol Whip, I just assume that everybody has them already, right? It's like,
And Rez is $15 right now. Must own title for PSVR2.
yep, it takes full advantage of the PSVR2 headset. Awesome eye tracking, awesome haptics, headset haptics, everything. Just amazing visuals in the headset.
I will shout out Cities VR Enhanced Edition because it's $5.99. I spent about 40 hours in that game, but I know it wasn't for everyone. And as I've always said, if you're into city builders, there's one of two you should go for. Either Cities VR if you want like the more complicated like traffic systems. If you want something that's more relaxing and chilled, then is it Bigger Cities?
Little Cities Bigger.
Little Cities Bigger. Sorry, yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
That's $5.99, and if you have PS Plus, you get an extra 5% off.
It's almost free. Cities VR, man. It's one I really want to spend more time with one day because just like it felt really complicated control wise. Like I love SimCity and all those games back in the day, so like I'm pretty familiar with city builders, but the controls I just never got the hang of after spending like an hour and a half, 2 hours with it. I was like, got to move on, something else. Page 4.
Yeah, which is going to start with another warning. Parkour Simulator VR. Do not play it. It was a good platinum, but quick platinum. But yeah, stay away from that. And I'm going to counter
that sounded like a recommendation. It was like everybody who wants a platinum.
Recommend. I felt I had to shower multiple times after getting that platinum, and I still feel dirty. But Propagation Paradise Hotel for $5.99.
Yep.
Oh. If you've not experienced this, get involved. Get involved.
Yeah,
seriously. I think the last three on this line, all need to be in your library. I'll let you take the next one, Brian, because the last one always falls to me. So
now, Vampire the Masquerade Justice is great. This to me was Fast Travel Games finding their footing again, and remembering like what made VR games great. I loved kind of role playing as a vampire and like, you know, sneaking up on people and sucking the blood out of their neck and all the upgrades, all the everything. It just felt so rewarding every single time. The environments were great. Yeah, dude, they had boss fights. I'm like, I love boss fights. Not enough of that shit in VR. So, yeah, no brainer. I think $7.
I actually thought it was a much better stealth game than Thief.
I agree.
By a long shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About that. After the Fall Complete Edition is $5 right now, and let me tell you, it's a good time, especially with friends. If you want something, like if you're part of a group that likes to just get together and do some co-op every now and then, and maybe every week or two you get in with your friends and are looking for something to play, look no further than this for $5. Just a nonstop arcade shooter action here, a really great looking and playing game, and some of the better use of haptics and adaptive triggers here. And a ton of content as well.
Dude, that's the thing. Like, you think about having a night out. Well, for $20, you and 3 other friends are gonna have like endless fun in this. And actually, the most fun I had with After the Fall was, and I haven't played it for a long time, was when me and a group, we actually played on the hardest difficulty. And it is a lot more difficult. But like when you get to that boss fight and you're like, if I die, we're going to lose everything. The sort of the euphoria when you finally make it was like peak VR gaming. It was a lot of fun.
And this is one of some of the most fun I've ever had in like the horde mode. Typically for me, horde mode is just some like tacked on slop that just is a easy way to, you know, put some more content in your game. I wouldn't be shocked if half of my time or more in this game was spent playing horde mode. A lot of fun.
Yeah, and as somebody who like didn't.
Can I shout out?
As well, before we move on, I just want to say, for someone who didn't click with After the Fall, like you guys did, I think you should still get it for $5. Like that is the price where you should check out any game that you've ever been curious about, right? And,
right.
And it is, and I will say that it is a fantastic port no question about it. Great haptics, great adaptive trigger support. So $5, definitely get it. Sorry, Myles, go ahead.
No. So yeah, just to let everyone know, because of the ocean, sometimes it's really hard to time exactly when to speak. The Light Brigade, 60% off, $9.99. If you've not, if you like roguelites, if you like shooters, this is a stunning game. I love it, just with the prey mechanic. That is just so cool in VR. Like,
stop forcing your religion down my throat. No, it is actually really good, and I never even reviewed it because like there's just so much content that I hadn't have a chance to get through it all. I've only unlocked like one class, and there's what 5 or 6 or something. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Anything else on this page that's jumping out at you guys?
I'm gonna shout out Ragnarok. I always do, and the reason why is Ragnarok. I love the multiplayer. I just wish there were people to play it with, because it's one of the best like rhythm game multiplayer modes. 75% off, $6.24. It's wild. It's by the same devs. A dev who did Paradise Propagation.
So if you're only going to buy one, buy Propagation, because we need a sequel to that thing.
Yeah,
we're never going to get the sequel if you don't buy Propagation.
That's it. Extreme Off-Road Racing VR. Stay well away.
But it's only $1.49.
Stay away.
There's no platinum. Never mind.
Yeah, that's also true. Spin Rhythm XD, I have to say, is one of the PSVR2 titles that surprised me the most pleasantly.
Really?
And I'm surprised I've actually not gone back to it, because we were talking about like our favorite rhythm games. This blew my mind in terms of what they did for the VR version, and I didn't realize there were so many DLCs with it as well. So for 50% off, but I would say, if you're not sure about it, I did a Let's Play of it. Just check it out, and I think you'll know pretty quickly if it's the one for you. But I was very pleasantly surprised by Spin Rhythm XD. The time it came out, I don't know if it was just poor timing. I just felt like it came out in a way that just like it didn't catch much attention and sort of went under the radar. And that's when I played it, and I was like, oh my God, this is actually awesome. Good time.
Good to know. That might be it for the page, right? Unless?
Well, we got a couple solid sword fighting / fencing games right in a row there, with Until You Fall at $12.49 and then Broken Edge at $7.49. Not top 10 titles by any means, but fun and challenging.
Yeah, I'll go to bat for Until You Fall. Broken Edge wasn't really my thing. I did eventually kind of fall into it and sort of start enjoying it more. But Until You Fall was really, really my thing. That game just felt so satisfying to get good at, because it was super challenging. So it was one of those roguelites where you're upgrading 2 things the entire time. You're upgrading your abilities within the game. You're better sword, better this, better that. But then you're also upgrading you as a player. You're getting better at the game, right? And both of those things need to happen to have any kind of success at Until You Fall, right? You can't just kind of like let the game play for you. So I'm a big fan of that one.
Random Toxin in the chat was asking, Wizards worth a $5? 75% off Wizards Dark Times Brotherhood. It never clicked with me. What about you guys?
I liked it in its time because it was one of the first titles to do the gesture-based magic.
Right.
They might have been the first. But with that said, I don't think I tried the port, so I can't really speak on how good the port is. This was a solid game on PC for its time. Definitely worth a 5 if the port's any good, but I can't say whether it is or not.
I want to say they improved it after launch, but man, the port at launch was terrible, right? The massive frame rate problems and when you're doing the dumbest stuff, right? When there's almost nothing on screen, it's like everything's chugging, and I really didn't like that. And I want to say that there's been improvements, but I can't go to bat for that. I don't remember if I've gone back to it or not. So hopefully somebody in the chat can help us out. But also, AJ and I played a bunch of the roguelite, or the multiplayer, which is a roguelite mode, and it felt like they made 2 games and shoved them together into one package. It was like, bro, why wasn't Why wasn't the multiplayer just part of the campaign? I wanted to play through the campaign with AJ, not play the separate roguelite mode. It had all these great upgrades, right? But like it was, there wasn't. I didn't have a strong desire to keep pushing forward with it. But again, for $5, I feel like almost everything is worth $5, and there's a lot of game here. So if you're curious about it, I would say you can pull the trigger and you'll have a good time. Page 5, let's go.
Well, if I can start, I'm going to go with either side of the top line. Suicide Guy VR, unless it's had a miracle happen to it. Stay away. Stay away. It gave me such a headache with its poor frame rates and that. But...
What was the platformer, the 3D third-person platformer? Something like Mia or something that Chubby Pixel, same developer as Suicide Guy, was working on and saying, oh, we're going to add PSVR2 support. I just saw a trailer for that game. No mention of VR. Nothing.
Really?
Yeah, I forget what that game was called, but like, yeah, just it completely fell off the radar. And so, not that I'm upset about it, because I can't imagine the VR version was going to be any good.
It's only $2.59 at 75% off GameCats. I would take that $2.59 and go to the other end and buy Ghost Signal, a Stellaris game, at $1.99. That game, for me, I bought copies of it on because you can gift on MetaQuest for my brother and my dad. This, for me, is actually a top 20 VR contender. I don't think it would necessarily make the top list in the end, but like, this is an excellent game. I had to stay away from it for a year and a half of a traumatic experience I had with my game crashing and losing my progress, but I did come back to it and I got the platinum in the end. I played it all again and it was fucking worth it. It is a stunning game.
Yeah, I'm with you. It did not look like anything I would be interested in based on the gameplay or the trailers that I was watching. And I was like, oh man, I'm like reluctantly got to review this one. I think I gave it a 9 out of 10. I could not stop playing this. It's so great. I mean, and so many hours of gameplay too for $2, like literally. And it's like 5% more. It's like $1.50.
Yeah.
It's $1.50 if you got Plus. Fucking just everybody watching this right now, go spend $2 or $1.50 and go buy this game.
I'll tell you what, man, this makes me worried about fast travel games because a few of their games have been pennies on the dollar like this since we started looking through these. And man, they won the race to the bottom. Fast travel games just giving their games away. Everybody about payday when it comes out.
if it had DLC, that's when I would go that low because then people like, spend $2. Oh my God, that was so much value. And then you'd be happy to, I've done it loads of times. As someone who works a lot on key art for these store listings with our team, I just want to say Pixel Rip 1978 and Atari Adventure. That photo is terrifying.
That does look really bad.
It's the way that the joystick is like where the guy's body comes in. It just, I don't know. Does anyone else feel a bit unnerved by it? I do.
It feels so intentional.
Yes. That we would talk about it.
Yeah. Also, it's my least favorite Pixel Ripped game.
It is mine as well, unfortunately.
Which doesn't make it bad, by the way. Right?
Correct.
My least favorite Pixel Ripped game is still a very good game. I think I gave it a 7 or 7.5, something along those lines. I forget. I just wish they would have ported. What was the first one? 89? That would have been great.
Yeah.
Listen, as much as I want to give Border Bots a shout out because it's so fucking polished for $5, I don't want to give up my slot to not talk about Hellsweeper for $9.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Hellsweeper is, I mean, I feel like we say this every single time, but it's Devil May Cry in VR. And you can play it with 2 friends, 3-player co-op. It's so fun, dude. It's so fun.
I need to get back to that.
Yeah,
man.
I think we all do. It's one of those games for me though, kind of like No Man's Sky or Gran Turismo, that it's so involved, like it intimidates me not to play it. Like,
It's true.
I know if I really am going to get into the Hellsweeper, like I need to, that's all I'm going to play for a month. And I think that keeps me out of it sometimes.
I would just say, not for broadcast VR. I think Looper said this in the chat as well. It's actually a hidden gem. I do need to get back to it. It's a very special game, and I think 75% off. If you want a seated game that has a different experience, you're just basically working in a broadcast television center, and you're the one that's deciding which cameras you're switching behind, and it seems to have a much deeper story to it, which is why I want to go back to it. Like
Same.
you play it and think, oh, it's just going to be these levels, but there seems to be a lot going on. So for 624, yeah, I think that's really, really good. And I'll always bat for Star Tenders Intergalactic Bartending at 150. Like, it, you know, I had a good time with it. The only reason I didn't go for the Platinum is because I'd already got it on PSVR, and it's not kind of the game that you really want to play all the way through twice.
Yeah, for $150 again. If you're even remotely curious, why not?
Yeah,
I'll go to bat for Snow Scout for less than $5. I thought Snow Scout was a very charming game, very cozy game. It was just, you know, it was fun, and I think Tuner Max, the developer, you know, you got Callie Max over there who is constantly posting new videos on the Tuner Max channel, talking about ways to support PSVR2, and I think we need to support, you know, people who actually care about PSVR2, including Tuner Max, who, you know, made Rainbow Reactor Fusion, made Snow Scout, made 90s Extreme Skiing, right? And so, the talented small studio that I would like to see more from.
Love to see them come back. Hopefully they do someday. Well, if you're going to shout out Snow Scout, then I guess I will take Cosmo Dread at 1049. Another great unnerving space horror title, roguelite, that is very dark and fun. It's fun to play, and it's fun to discover. It's fun to kind of digest this game and kind of discover how it works as you go, so to speak.
Yep, absolutely agree.
Nice.
Would be high on my list for the sale if it wasn't a relatively small discount, right? Like, I like this game more than most people, and if it was like $6, I would be jumping up and down about it. But it's like, it's only $15 to begin with, so $10.50 is like, all right, I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm not gonna go crazy. Yo, last page is not exciting. Last page is fucking Puzzling Places and Gorn.
Oh wow.
Gorn bundle.
Also, just
Gorn
Hub. God, we should probably mention that there's a new Puzzling Places puzzle that looks like it's out of Jurassic Park, and it looks awesome. I gotta pick that up and play it before the next show, because it just looks like something I want to spend hours doing. Looks great. But I'm not going to go to bat for Gorn. Gorn's fine, but not.
They would have sold more if they was called the Gorn Hub bundle.
Absolutely.
And a not entirely unrelated thought, I would love to see Puzzling Places do the Epstein Island pack.
Shit, yeah, where you got to piece it like the mystery together, and his jail cell where he didn't kill himself.
You could do the jail cell. You could do the little blue temple from his island. Remember the?
Yeah.
The ambient sounds of children laughing or crying.
Oh yeah, when you hear the sounds of like in the corner, so and like the police sirens.
It's so bad. I'm canceling us.
Sorry,
so
I shouldn't have said that. I should have said the YouTube term is unalived.
Right.
He didn't unalive himself.
Did you see the new Brew video? Do you watch Brew?
No.
Oh, go subscribe to Brew.
I watched Brew do bricks and minifigs yesterday, I think.
Yeah. There's a new one. There's a second bricks and minifigs one he did, right?
I don't know. I've never watched Brew until that video yesterday.
Oh no, you know what I'm thinking of? I think the first one I watched was CoffeeZilla, and then Brew did it. Yeah, I gotta watch the new one. I gotta watch Brew's new one with bricks and minifigs. But I'm currently watching the Brew episode of Epstein and how 4chan knew about Epstein's replacement, we should say, before the rest of the world did. Brew's a great channel, by the way. I've been watching Brew for a couple of years. Really good stuff. BREW. Go look it up.
See, I was thinking of BRU, which is like a news organization, I think.
See, that's why I spelled it, because I knew.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna get through some tips, and then we'll play a little game of a 4-minute challenge, and then we can call it quits. Sirens on my end. This is fun. I like the 3-person episodes. I have to.
It's good. It's good. It's nice.
Yeah.
I get to talk 20% less. It's nice.
What about you, GameCats? You like this, or should we go back to 3 a week?
Hey! Don't give them the option. You know what they'll decide, right? You give a mouse a cookie, they're gonna ask for a fucking glass of water to go with it.
Just saw the reaction on Brian. That was actually the lowest the latency's been between me speaking and them. It was like he was in the room with me.
It's because I cut you off before your sentence ended.
Yeah,
don't even suggest it. Honestly, listen. I got to be honest with you guys. If everybody out there was like, bring back the 3-day-a-week format, I'd probably roll with it, just because I miss it too. You know,
You wouldn't do a Sony PlayStation and just wait for the storm to pass.
No. Listen. Like, if they ask for 3 days a week, they'll get 3 days a week, but it's all hidden behind Patreon support and YouTube memberships. So, you let me know what you want to do, cats. Prozac with the $5 says, "Happy die day." Oh, did die day.
Zippity doo dah, zippity die day, or where is? Yeah.
That's great. Did I die?
Like that.
Here's one for you.
Did die day.
Don't
say it too quickly.
This is so dumb. You can tell I'm tired. Although you guys are the real tired ones. I can't take that away from you. It is a competition, as we all know. Because here's one for you. Do you suspect that Sony had to choose between funding either RE9 or Microsoft Flight Sim? And if so, do you think they chose wisely? Did we have this question as a viewer takeover question at some point? I feel like we did. But we can quickly answer it regardless. I think
no. They didn't have to choose. They got money, bro. They got money to do both for sure. They didn't have to choose.
Let's say they did have to choose. Do you think they chose wisely?
Probably. Honestly, as much as I would have rather had RE9, there have been, criticism of the catalog, especially in the early days, that it was being too horror heavy, and everything good that comes to it is a horror game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think for the catalog's sake, they probably did the right thing, if that's true.
Yeah, I agree. It's just more variety in types of games that come to the platform, and I think Microsoft Flight Sim complements Gran Turismo so well, right? So that, like, hey, if you're a sim fan, if you like racing sim or flight sim, like, bro, you need a PSVR2, right? And so I think it was really, really smart for them to do it. We've already got tons of horror, but yeah, you're right. Like, how much money could these companies really be asking for, right? They bought Bungie for like fucking billions of dollars.
Right, exactly.
Throwing $10 million for RE9 would be nothing for them. Nothing. Ace Gamer Cat with the 1337 says, "Too exhausted from work this week to be clever, so have Myles read it." Oh, sorry. Myles?
Oh, I can't see it on the screen though. Let me see if I can fix this.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So no, it's just because I'm watching it through the YouTube video, so it's like lagged. Here we go.
Oh, do you not have the chat?
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Too exhausted from work this week to be clever, so have Myles read it and make it fun. Saturday is Synth Riders. If you want to do some synth riding, everybody, head on over to Discord, check it out, where we all like to meet up and play. And Synth Riders has so much DLC now. So, yeah. Although I think with Synth Riders, as long as someone owns the DLC, everyone else gets to play it. So, yeah, there's that as well. And then on Sunday, it's going to be Titan Isles. Another great game. That's a great one to play co-op, actually.
Yes.
And especially if you're new to it. This is what's good about these Game Cat meetups. If there's a game that you've like, I want to play it, but, I kind of want other people to play it with, like, this is the great way of doing it. And when I live streamed Titan Isles, even though it was at launch day, I was playing with people that had had it for a few days, and they were showing me the ropes. Here's all the different characters, here's all their abilities. And that's a really, really good time. So 2 p.m. Eastern, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday is Synth Riders. Sunday is Titan Isles. Head over to the Discord. Link is in the description. And you can also be involved in votes for what is played on future weekends. Thank you, Ace Game Cat. I hope I did that justice, because I'm very tired.
It wasn't too fun, but it was okay.
It was, yeah. Sorry. Was that fun?
That was good. No, you rectified the whole thing. Dave
Cool.
does PSVR2 with the level 2 membership, says, just wanted to thank you guys as your stream of Survive a while back. Survive was great. Convinced me and my buddies to try it, and it's one of our favorite co-op games now. Nice.
It's so good. It's so good co-op.
Yeah, it's fun. Jank and all, you know. The jank's part of the fun.
And I love the song. Every cowboy.
Yeah, no, Survive is great. It's. I think it can be really, really frustrating when you first start playing it. But man, the more when you get into it and just kind of like work with the jank, this is yep. What a great game. And hopefully it sold well on PSVR1 and PSVR2 because whatever is it, Candy Makers, the developer, whatever they're working on next.
That's right.
I hope it makes it over to PSVR2. Joe, Eric Masher from Flat to VR with the $5 tip says, hey, wait, I know these three guys. What's up, fellas? Love the new format, Brian. Thanks. Yeah, it's kind
good to have you, Eric.
It's sort of the old format, I guess, isn't it? To have 3 hosts once a week.
Yep.
But I guess it was time to bring it back. Good to see you, Eric. Appreciate the support. That $5 means I'm reviewing Flat Out for VR. It bumped the score up by 0.2. You keep the money coming.
Can you go over 10? Can you go higher than 10?
Oh, buddy, this will be the first 20. This will be the first 20 out of 10 game I ever review.
10.4.
Kill Artist won the Dreamweaver Game Cat with the $2 tip. Says, catching this a bit late. Love the new format. Awesome. That's what we wanted to hear. If you have any complaints, please keep them to yourself. We also got Scally Says Gaming with the level 1 membership. Says, tried out the Microsoft Flight Sim beta. Smooth and prettier. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I know some people had a problem with it. I did not have a problem with it. Oh, and that's it. That we get to the bottom. Yo, it's time for a 4-minute challenge.
It's time.
I believe Myles is hosting this one. Do you have a game picked up, Myles?
I do indeedy.
All right, listen. I don't think we were doing 4-minute challenges the last time we did a 3-person GAMESCAST. So Wes and we got to be asking questions pretty fast and furious, probably bouncing back and forth, take turns doing it. Maybe. You think that's good or?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Yeah, it's going to go horribly wrong.
Do we both get a guess at the end, or do we have to concur on?
You have to concur.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But through sign language, because if you say it, that will be your guess.
Or wait a minute, what if Wes and I are competing with each other?
Oh wait! I didn't realize that. I
didn't even think about this. Does that make it more fun or less fun?
No, that's good. I actually saw a game on social media where it's slightly different, but it's like where you'd have 2 people and they both think of a game and they ask a question to each other and then they both answer yes or no. And so they keep going backwards and forwards until one of them guesses the game. But this is slightly different, but I like this. Let's do this. So you alternate. You do one each.
Okay.
And you both get a guess of the game each.
Should I even put a timer up? I guess we will. We'll put the 4-minute timer up.
Yeah, I guess we could do the timer, but I think we keep going afterwards anyway until.
Let's see. Well, I love fucking with this. This is great. It was time for this thing to get a little bit of a kick in the butt anyway. So
4-minute asterisk challenge.
Right.
Who knows?
Yeah, you look down to the very bottom of the small print. You follow the asterisk, and it says, "or however long it takes."
Exactly.
May cause severe diarrhea. On your mark.
Oh shit! I'm not sure about.
Like the lettuce from Taco Bell.
Apparently the produce from anywhere. Is that the case?
Oh.
Yeah.
Good for me. I've only been eating pizza for the last week. Thank goodness. Finally pays off. All right. On our mark. Get Des. And Wes, you can start. Go.
Do you shave in this game?
No.
Would you call this a sim game? Oh, sorry. Wait, Wes.
No.
Do we want to really throw out answers at the very early stage?
You go one at a time. That's good.
Okay.
That was yours. And now Wes. Back to Wes.
No, sim, okay.
Like tennis.
Yeah, is this a PSVR2 game?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. In the second you feel like you know it, just throw out your guess. I think that's what it should be. Okay, is it on also on PSVR 1?
No.
And PSVR 2 only.
Is it carried on Steam?
Yeah.
Okay, it's multi-platform on PSVR 1. Has this developer made other PSVR 2 games other than this game?
No, don't think so.
All right, one off.
Is it supported on Quest?
No, don't think so.
Is this team known to be a small studio, like a handful of developers type thing?
I don't know.
Okay,
I'd guess so, though.
that's fine. That's a good enough answer. Not knowing is a good one.
Is this a good game?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Are you driving or riding in any vehicles in this game?
No.
Okay.
Is it a shooter?
No.
Is it a puzzle game?
No.
Does it feature combat?
No.
Narrative driven?
No.
Rhythm game?
Yep.
Damn. Did we mention it this episode?
Yep.
Crap. I think I just gave it to us.
Doesn't he get the guess after asking a question? I guess
that's
not.
true. Is it Pistol? No, it's not Pistol Whip. Is it Thumper?
No, you're out.
I am out.
Is it is it Spin Rhythm XD?
It is Spin Rhythm XD, Wes. Whoa, that was tense. Whoa.
Holy crap. That dude, I really like that. I think that's a really fun new way to play, where we are actually competing with each other. Because
I mean, we spoke about quite a lot of rhythm games today on the sales, Synth Riders and stuff like that. But
that's true. That's a good point. It's a good point. But I'm very singularly minded. I can only think of one thing at a time. Oh man. Yeah, no, Thumper is on PSVR. See,
yeah, it is on PSVR.
I forgot all of the other questions.
That's it. I always remember. The only question I remember the answer to is the last one I asked.
Excellent. That's fun. I like that. It's gonna take some. That's gonna be some adjustment, but I like it. Nice. All right, you guys. It's time for us to wrap things up. Remember, come hang out with us on Discord. They'll be playing. What was the first game?
Synth
Riders and Titan Isles this weekend. So come hang out with the cats. Best multiplayer group experience you could possibly have. Join our Discord. A link for that's in the description below. While you're at it, go join Wes and Myles on their respective channels. Links for those are also in the description below. Don't forget, this channel only runs.
On mine at the moment.
It's okay. You guys are busy. You guys are over there making games for us, or converting games for us.
Kind of. I can't take credit.
No, we don't do that. We sell them.
We sell.
You guys are out there selling games to us.
Yeah.
Yes.
The good stuff.
Yeah. So go support their channels. Go watch. Also, thank you very much for supporting this channel. It can only run because of you guys. I'm still working on getting a sponsor for the new format, etc. And so look forward to, that. But if you want to support the channel, you can support us on patreon.com/withoutparole or you can be a member over here, or you can tip during the show. Whatever you do, we really appreciate it. I even appreciate it if you don't contribute financially. I love that you're here. I love that we have the best fucking VR community, like maybe the best gaming community on the internet. So thank you everybody for being here. Love that you guys hang out here while we shoot the shit with each other. Love that you keep us entertained. Maybe you sit back though and you don't say anything. You don't say a goddamn word, but we know you're out there and we love you just as much.
We do.
Very much.
Happy Friday, gentlemen.
So is this the part where we go back in time and see what the clip of the week was 3 years ago?
That is how this would have to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
I don't have a This Week in Without Parole history or a clip of the week ready for today's show. We're going to have to figure out how this works as we move forward. So I do apologize for the 100 people who stuck around I don't have what you're looking for. But we love you anyway. Have a great weekend, everybody. Meow.
Hey, cool.
Let's go. You know what I should do? I should start pulling out viewer takeover intros from the archive and having those to end the show
reflecting
with, right? Or maybe
on them.
Maybe even starting the shows with viewer takeovers from people who like haven't watched the channel in like 7 years, right? But they submitted a viewer takeover intro, and we're gonna start future episodes with them. They're gonna be like, what the fuck? I haven't watched you guys in fucking 7 years. Why are you playing my video?
Like this question of like, someone asked, do you think there'll be a PSVR2? Go right down memory lane.
Be great. All right, time to wrap this thing up. Good night, everybody. We love you all. Meow.
Good night.